But that's something you gotta know, right? For your own informed consent. So then you can't say, oh, Anthony never told me about this. Yeah, I did, and it's on video. Hello, this is executive motivational speaker Anthony Giarrusso, and today I'm going to be getting into the differences between an individual like myself, a nonprofit organization, a vendor, an agency, and a paid organization. This document is for principals of schools, parents of students, and anyone else seeking additional information. As you know, I, Anthony M. Giarrusso, am not a vendor and do not claim to be. I just want to show the cash flow difference between myself as an individual in comparison with other groups. Okay, an individual. Okay. Takes from parent support and is allowed to give no, some, or all of the money away to charity based on the individual's desires, needs, or accessibility. Note this, individuals are not required to give any money for any reason. But guess what? I'm going to go above and beyond and give money away as charitable expenses to Florida State Education, specifically the schools that allow me to speak there. I'm going to show you that on the next page. But first, let's find out the differences, because that's the most important part. A nonprofit organization may take from either parent support or from school budget. Nonprofits can only receive donations from either. Now, here's something interesting, okay? Parent support, that means, like, when I, as an individual, I'll have my own ticket slips. The parents will pay for it using either check or cash, most likely check, especially once I get to the higher tiers. Okay. Now, it's similar for nonprofit organization. Okay. They can take money, but it can only be by donation. With mine, it can only be, well, I guess it could be by donation as well, but it's really for me to be able to run my individual self. So that money is pretty much going into my motivational speaking career, mostly for different expenses that I'll have, such as travel, equipment, maybe even advertising, marketing, website stuff, and that's to come. I don't have that yet. As of right now, I only have my video media platforms, which don't cost me any money because I just don't have the funds to do all that really good stuff at this time here in August of 2019. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have enough money, hopefully I'll be able to build my website. I'm thinking about building an app for Android. So there's a lot of good stuff, and that's going to cost a lot of money. So any money that comes to me is going to help me, just like it would help a nonprofit organization, but nonprofits can get money from the school budget. I cannot because I'm an individual. Does that make sense? Nice and clear? Great. Now a vendor, they only take from the school budget. Same with an agency and same with a paid organization. They take money from the school budget. Now let me ask you this. Do you want somebody to speak at your school who takes money from the school budget? Because the difference between me and a vendor and an agency and a paid organization is I'm putting money back into the school budget. Okay, so from the funds that I am receiving in revenue, I am going to be donating some of this money, and also some of this money will be in the Principal Spiff program, which will help build a relationship, build rapport with me, the principal, and the school. And this is what parents love to hear. This is what parents love to see. Parents love action takers like me. All right? So let's go down here real quick. Note, individuals are not required to give any money for any reason. That's right. I am not required to give a single penny to that school that I speak at. But I'm going to be giving money as a donation to the school. And on top of that, I'm going to give money to the principals because I go above and beyond, above and beyond, above and beyond. I want to be the best motivational speaker out there, above and beyond. Okay? I want to build rapport. Okay, moving on. However, I, Anthony M. Giarrusso, am willing to give donation money to benefit a school budget, which will reduce a school's expenses. Why? Because I am Anthony M. Giarrusso, and I have integrity. Okay. And yes, that is grammatically correct if I just say because I am Anthony M. Giarrusso, I have integrity. Because I, Anthony M. Giarrusso, have integrity. See, when you say it like that, it makes sense. Being above and beyond. Just like the Land Rover commercials. I strive to go even further with the Principal Spiff program and give extra money to a school principal on top of the donation. See? The second page! You want to see the second page? I know you do! You're speculating and anticipating what's on that second page, I know! But first, motivational speaking is a rapport-building business which allows individuals to have charitable expenses and being able to give money directly to the school as a motivational speaker. As a motivational speaker speaks. Speak. See, like I'm speaking to you right now in this video. At that one specific school in terms of benefits. You see that? And I put this in writing. Look at that. Look at that. See, I'm already more credible. A lot of people won't put this stuff in writing. Look at that. I'm above and beyond right there. Okay, so for example, there's about 4,000 schools in Florida. And if I only speak to 40 schools, which I am thinking that I can do. I know that I can reach 40 schools throughout a school year. But the thing is, these principals have to accept me to come to the school, benefit the students, benefit the school, because now they're going to have more money. It's going to reduce some of their costs. They want to reduce costs. You want to reduce costs if you're a principal or a manager of a company. Great. Now, only those 40 schools that I go to get the benefits. See, that's important to me as an individual, because the thing with, especially like paid organizations, agencies, and vendors, when they donate, they typically donate to like all of the schools. So every single one of those schools would make money, right? But I don't think that's fair, right? If a school doesn't or is unwilling to have me speak there, I don't believe they deserve money. So this is why I'm an individual doing this motivational speaking, because now I can specifically help the schools. And some schools have a lot of students, over 1,000 students. Some schools are small, with like 400 students. You know, now I can go and help every single one of these schools that I speak at, because these are the schools who have built rapport with me. These are school communities, the parents, the students, the faculty. These are the people that I have met. They deserve the money, not some random school that I've never been to that doesn't care about me. Clear? Great. So, what are the benefits from Anthony M. Giarrusso for the 2019-2020 school year? This is right now. Alright, so this is what I'm doing. My goal is to speak to at least 1,000 students in a school year. Okay? I should be able to do that. Many schools have more than 1,000 students, so I could, but it's going to be up to the school principal. And you might say, Anthony, we're already looking at this chart here, and what you charge doesn't match up to this because these are the charitable expenses from me. Okay? And when you add all these up for repeat business, it gets more expensive for me, and on top of that, I have regular expenses. Remember, I might actually have to get in an airplane and fly across the state of Florida. You might say, Anthony, that just sounds silly. Well, not really. If I am going all the way across the state of Florida, okay, and I'm not planning on getting in a jet. I might have to get in a jet, but that's not what I'm planning. I'm thinking more of like those small propeller planes, and I may have to do some commuter travel. Like, let's say if I have to fly all the way up to Tallahassee, the capital, or the Panhandle, or down to like the Florida Keys, because I know there's schools down there too. I might not have the time to just get in a car and drive down there. I might need to get there fast, and that's going to cost a lot of money. So is hotels, so is car rental expenses, but I'm already prepared for that because this extra money is coming in. So this is the money that I would have for my motivational speaking and other equipment and stuff. Okay, so a lot of expenses on top of all of this. So when you think about that, it's actually a lot. Okay, I'm going to show you why it is a lot. Okay, so this is my chart. You're going to see some money values on here. Okay, I already know, schools, especially larger schools, they have huge expenses. But remember, even a small donation, like of $100, that's gonna pay for something and make your expenses less worse. Okay, so for example, the first time, okay, the principal can decide: do they want more, or do you want some? Right? One grade level, which is some, or do you want more, the whole school? This means that I would speak to the whole school in one day. Or I'd speak to one grade level in one day. So it's up to you, the principal, to officially decide which you would prefer. Okay, if you have me speak to the whole school in a day, and this is important for parents to know too, I will be giving more of a spiff to the principal. That's more money to the principal, okay? And also more money to help the school budget. Ooh. So that's pretty simple. So either way, on the first time, okay, I'm going to give a principal spiff of $25. That'll pay for a lunch or maybe 2 lunches. Something very nice, very neat. And then I'm going to give either a $100 or a $200 donation. Okay. So you might say, Anthony, we have a lot more students. It might be better off for me to do just one grade level. Well, that'll be up to you. But remember, 200 is more than 100. And when you add all these up, if you have me, let's say, a second time, and you only do one grade level, then you, the principal, make a profit of 25 plus 50, that's $75. And then 100 plus 300, look at that. That adds up to $400. And this is coming from one individual, myself. Right? Most parents probably, right, they may donate like $20, maybe $50. And now you have me come in here and you add all this up and it helps out. You're going to notice that, you know, after the 5th time I cap it off because it gets really expensive. Okay, for me to afford this. But even with this all added up, it's quite a bit of money. Same here, okay? So in donation money, let's say if I come to your school 4 times, okay? Let's just do that, okay? So that would be for spiff money for the principal. You would make $325 for yourself, Mr. or Mrs. Principal. That's pretty cool. And that would be $1,600 for a happy school. Is $1,600 going to reduce some of your costs? Of course it is. Okay? That's like getting like a special coupon code for a whole bunch of stuff, and you're pretty much making $1,600 for your school budget that can be gobbled up into expenses and reduce a little bit of stress, okay? And that's a lot from one person. Remember, I'm an individual, one person. $1,600 is quite a bit, okay? But you can get more over the course of time because you're building rapport with me. Every time you have me come back, it's more and more and more. Okay? So let's look at here, right? More and more and more. There's over $5,000 right here in school donation. Over $5,000. Can $5,000 help reduce a nice chunk of school expenses? Of course it can. Of course it can. But you have to build the rapport with me and have me come back multiple times. This is how we build rapport. It's a rapport building business. And this is what you get. When you add this all up, okay, that's going to be $5,600 for donation. And for you, the principal, look at that. That's $1,000. So I'm actually spending $6,600 in charitable expenses, because I'm such a nice young man, to your school. And then if other schools do the same thing, that's... So check this out. So it's really cool. All right, notice up to more than $5,000 to one school will reduce stress on a tight school budget. However, a principal must build rapport with me, having me speak multiple times to achieve this level. Very easy, very simple, very cut, very clean. Now, I want to get into my expenses because I keep talking about expenses. Think about this, okay? So, plus the principal spiff program, so that's $5,600 plus 1,000, right? That would be $6,600. Okay. Now, this is money being taken from me going to Florida Education directly to that specific school, right? But now let's pretend, or maybe not pretend, because in theory, I should be getting to about 10 schools. My goal is 20, and I know that I could get to 40 if plenty of principals have me speak at their school. And I can speak all across the state of Florida. Doesn't matter if you're up in the Panhandle or the Keys or anywhere in between, right? And on top of that, when I get to my next tier, tier 2, I'll be charging more, yes. But this will show that I'm doing well as a motivational speaker. This will build credibility in the school community and the parents. And guess what? I'm going to raise the principal spiffs and I'm going to raise the donation. So there'll be more money opportunities for these schools. Wow. No kidding. I know. But that's something you gotta know, right? For your own informed consent. So then you can't say, oh, Anthony never told me about this. Yeah, I did, and it's on video. But think about my expenses, for example, Not just charitable stuff, but just the travel, right? That's gasoline, a lot of gasoline. Then my car is my main modem of transport, so I'm going to have car insurance that I have to pay. I have to pay for my car if it breaks down, tires if I run a nail. Right. Now, hopefully, if I do run a nail, it'll only cost me like $20 to get it patched. Hopefully. But, sometimes nails that hit the sidewall, you rip up your tire, you got to get a new tire, right? And of course, traveling a lot, that means I'm going to have more tire expenses because I'll be traveling so much in my car that's going to wear down the tires a lot faster, and I have to replace my tires more, just costs like that. But more common costs, because I'll probably only replace my tires maybe like once every 3 years or something. But, the more common costs, hotels, because I have to be at the school at, like 8 a.m., sometimes even 7:30 in the morning, and I can't just drive from home to get there. And then, like, if it's in a city far away, I've got to get a hotel. I may need to fly, like I said. Here's a good example. What if I was up in Pensacola and I need to be in Melbourne the next day? Well, I might have to take a flight. Who knows, right? Or if I have to go from Key West to Tallahassee or something, I might have to take a flight. Okay, there's a lot of possibilities, okay? I may need to get a rental car. I may need... Right, I'm going to have to pay a lot more for food and a lot in gas. Right, it just keeps adding up. And then on top of that, I've got equipment costs. So, better audio. I'm going to need better stuff for videos. I'm going to need to build a website. I'm going to need to do all these different things. Advertising, marketing, branding. I mean, the list goes on and on. And that is extremely expensive stuff. I could have costs... Right, if I went all out and I was able to get to like 40 schools or more, I could have costs, above 50 grand, above... Well, it'd be a lot over 50 grand because, right, I'd be like donating like almost 200,000. So think about that. So 66,000 times 4, it's almost like $200,000 just in charitable expenses, plus all the other expenses. So it's just, people like in the business sector, if they're entrepreneurs, they know, hundreds of thousands of dollars is quite cheap in running a business, whether if it's your own or by yourself, or if you have multiple people working in it, or if it's just you. Even if you have an online business, you could have hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions, depending on how big you are, just in expenses. And then you look at mega companies like YouTube. YouTube has like billions of dollars in expenses just to keep the site going. You know what I'm saying? So you might say, oh, that's a lot of revenue. Yeah, but then all this stuff gets sucked out and then there's almost nothing left. And then you have taxes on top of that. So just keep that in mind. I may be making a lot in revenue, but remember, I've got all these expenses. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted you to be aware of that for your informed consent. Thank you. And before I end, I'm just going to run through this as briefly as possible because this is not a short video. There's a lot of information. This might have been information overload. So the differences between me, okay, I'm an individual. I give money, or I have the ability to give money, okay? Nonprofits through paid organizations are mostly takers from the school budget, and I'm putting into the school budget. You see that? The big difference there? Now, I get my money from you, the parents, right? But remember, I'm putting it in. I'm putting it in. So, that's really cool. Okay? You can briefly look at this again. Okay? A little bit of money, a little bit of money, a little bit of money. But then it all adds up at the end. Okay? Look at that. I know. Donating $1,400 from one person just in one day. That's pretty cool. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.